Captain Maya Chen stood on the bridge of the Earth ship Horizon staring at the dusty moon below. The small gray rock circled a giant gas planet, looking empty and dead. But her ship's sensors had found something strange, a pulse of energy that shouldn't be there. "Captain, the signal is coming from that crater," said Officer Patel, pointing to a dark spot on the moon's surface. "It's artificial, something made by intelligent beings." Maya nodded. "Take us down." Carefully, the Horizon descended through the thin atmosphere. As they got closer, Maya saw it, a crashed spaceship, half buried in the gray dust. Its metal skin was strange, like nothing humans had ever built. It glowed faintly with blue light. "Suit up," Maya ordered. "We're going to check it out." 20 minutes later, Maya led her 5-person team across the moon's surface. Their boots left clear footprints in the dust. No one had walked here before. The alien ship was bigger than it had looked from above. A huge crack ran down its side, where it had hit the ground hard. "There's an opening," said Dr. Evans, the team scientist. He pointed to a gap in the metal. "We can get in there." Inside, the air was thin but breathable. The walls glowed with soft blue light. Maya took off her helmet and looked around in wonder. "Captain, you need to see this," called Evans from further inside the ship. Maya followed his voice and stopped in shock. The room was filled with clear tubes, hundreds of them. Inside each tube was a crystal being, shaped roughly like a human but made of gleaming colored crystal. Most of the tubes were dark, but a few still glowed with power. "Are they alive?" asked Officer Patel. Dr. Evans studied his scanner. "These 27 tubes still have power. The rest." He shook his head. "I think they died when the ship crashed." Maya moved closer to one of the glowing tubes. Inside was a being made of blue-green crystal. It seemed to shine from within. "The ship's computer is still working," said Communications Officer Lee. She stood before a panel of light. "I'm trying to understand it." Suddenly, the tube in front of Maya hissed open. The crystal being inside moved. Maya stepped back, her hand going to her gun. The being sat up. It had no face, just a smooth crystal surface where a face would be. But that surface began to pulse with light, patterns flashing across it. "It's trying to communicate," said Lee, working frantically on her translator device. "Give me a minute." The crystal being's lights flashed faster, more urgently. Other tubes began to open. More crystal people were waking up. Finally, Lee's translator beeped. "I've got it. Basic meaning, not perfect." The translation came through all their headsets. "Please, hide us. They will come." Maya looked at the desperate crystal beings. They seemed weak, frightened. Whatever they were running from had them terrified. "Who will come?" Maya asked. The crystal beings' lights pulsed again, and the translation came. "Everyone. All civilizations hunt us, use us, kill us. Please help." Maya made her decision in that moment. "We'll help you," she said, not knowing that her words would change the future of humanity and the galaxy forever. 3 days passed since the Horizon crew found the crystal aliens. The beings were now recovering in a large room that Maya had set up for them. They seemed to grow stronger each hour as they absorbed the ship's light. One crystal being, taller than the others with a deep purple color, approached Maya. Its surface flashed with patterns of light. "This one calls itself Prisma," said Officer Lee, who had improved her translator. "It seems to be their leader. Ask if they can tell us more about who they are and why they're running," Maya said. Lee spoke into her translator, and Prisma's surface flickered with response. "They call themselves the Luminae," Lee translated. "They come from a moon around a gas giant, far from here. For thousands of years, they've been slaves." "Slaves?" Maya asked, shocked. Prisma's lights pulsed faster. Lee listened carefully to the translation. "The Luminae can absorb energy and release it later. Other species discovered this and captured them. They were used as living batteries, powering ships and cities across the galaxy. Lee paused. They were treated as technology, not as living beings with rights. Maya felt sick. How did they escape? More flashing lights. A small group of Luminae on a transport ship managed to take control. They freed as many of their people as they could and fled. But the Galactic Concordat, that's like a union of all the powerful civilizations, declared them dangerous technology that must be recovered or destroyed. That's horrible, said Dr. Evans, who had been listening. They're clearly intelligent beings, not things. Prisma continued, and Lee translated. They tried to find sanctuary on 17 different worlds. Each one rejected them, fearing the Concordat's punishment. Their ship was damaged in an attack, and they barely escaped to this empty system before crashing. Maya walked to the window, looking out at the stars. She had a decision to make. By Concordat rules, which Earth had agreed to follow, she should report finding this dangerous technology. But these weren't dangerous machines. They were refugees running for their lives. We're supposed to head back to Earth tomorrow, Officer Patel reminded her. What are we going to do about them? Maya turned to face the Luminae. Prisma stood silently, its crystal body glowing softly in the ship's lights. The other Luminae huddled behind their leader, their lights dim with what Maya now recognized as fear. We're taking them with us, Maya said firmly. To Earth. Captain, Paddle said carefully, that's against Concordat regulations. Earth could be punished. I don't care, Maya replied. I'm not handing over thinking, feeling beings to be enslaved or killed. Earth will have to make its own choice, but I've made mine. That night, as the Luminae were settled into cargo holds modified to serve as living quarters, Prisma approached Maya alone. Its lights flickered a message that came through clearly on the translator. Why help us when all others turned away? Maya thought for a moment. Because it's right, she said simply. On Earth, we believe all intelligent life deserves freedom and dignity. Prisma's lights glowed brighter, in what Maya thought might be hope. Earth will stand with you, Maya promised, not knowing how difficult that promise would be to keep. The Horizon landed at Earth's main spaceport in Kenya. News of the crystal aliens had traveled ahead, and a crowd of officials waited as Maya led the Luminae down the ramp. The 27 crystal beings huddled close together, their surfaces flickering with nervous light patterns. Captain Chen, you've created an interstellar incident, said Director Williams of Earth Space Command. His face was tight with anger. The Concordat has already contacted us. They know you have their property on board. They're not property, Maya said firmly. They're refugees, living beings with thoughts and feelings. That's not for you to decide. Williams shouted. The United Earth government must vote on this matter. Until then, these Luminae will be held in a secure facility. Prisma's lights flashed rapidly. The translator spoke. Please, not prison. We escaped captivity. It's just temporary, Maya assured them. You'll be treated well. 2 days later, Maya was called to the UEG headquarters in Geneva. The government leaders sat around a large table, arguing loudly. If we protect these aliens, the Concordat might attack Earth, shouted one official. We're still new to interstellar society. We can't afford to make enemies. But if we hand them over to be enslaved or killed, what does that say about humanity? Asked another. We'd be no better than those who kept them as tools. Maya watched the debate, feeling helpless. Then a tall man with dark skin and kind eyes approached her. I'm Dr. Elijah Okafor, he said. I've been studying the Luminae for the past 2 days. What have you learned? Maya asked. They're amazing, Elijah said, his eyes bright with excitement. They don't just store energy, they understand it on a level we can barely comprehend. And they have art, music, stories. A rich culture built around light patterns. They're not just sentient, they're a civilization. Before Maya could respond, alarms blared throughout the building. "What's happening?" she asked as people began rushing around. "A Concordat ship has entered Earth orbit," someone shouted. "They're demanding we turn over the dangerous technology immediately." The Earth leaders looked frightened. The largest Concordat ships could destroy entire cities from orbit. "Maybe we should just give them what they want," said Director Williams, his voice shaking. "No," Maya and Elijah said together. Elijah stepped forward. "The Luminae shared something with me this morning. They chose to trust me with their greatest secret." He pulled out a small device that projected a hologram of swirling lights and strange structures. "This is ancient technology scattered across the galaxy. The Luminae are the only ones who know where it all is and how it works. That's the real reason the Concordat wants them so badly." The room fell silent. "If we surrender them," Elijah continued, "we're not just condemning innocent beings. We're giving unlimited power to an organization that treats living creatures as batteries." Helena Vos, Earth's top diplomat, stood up. "I've heard enough. I will not allow Earth to participate in slavery or genocide." She turned to face the other leaders. "I propose we invoke Sanctuary Protocol. Earth will protect the Luminae, regardless of the consequences." The vote was close, but in the end, Earth chose to stand with the refugees that every other civilization had rejected. The real test was just beginning. 1 week after Earth decided to protect the Luminae, Helena Vos stood before the Concordat's representatives on a video call. The alien diplomats looked angry. "The Luminae are classified as dangerous technology, not refugees," said the lead diplomat, a tall blue being with 4 arms. "Earth has no right to keep them." "We disagree," Helena said calmly. "Our scans show the Luminae are intelligent beings with their own culture. Your own Concordat laws say all sentient species have rights." "They are tools, not people," another diplomat shouted. "Tools don't create art or tell stories," Helena replied. "Tools don't have hopes and dreams. Earth invokes Sanctuary Protocol and will not surrender the Luminae." The call ended with threats from the Concordat. Helena sighed and turned to Maya, who had been watching. "That went as well as expected," Helena said. "We've bought some time, but they won't give up easily." Meanwhile, the Luminae had been moved to a special facility in Antarctica. The cold, isolated location was perfect for them. Few people, lots of energy from the research station's generators, and easy to defend. Dr. Elijah Okafor worked closely with the Luminae, learning more about them each day. His 16-year-old daughter Sophia often joined him. She had a special gift for understanding the Luminae's light patterns, even without a translator. One evening, Prisma approached Elijah as he was preparing to leave. "There is more you should know," Prisma's lights communicated, "about why the Concordat fears us so much." Prisma showed Elijah a series of light patterns that the translator turned into images, ancient structures hidden on planets across the galaxy. "The architects built these long ago," Prisma explained. "Technology that could save worlds or destroy them. When they disappeared, they left the knowledge of these places with us, trusting we would keep it safe." "And that's why you're hunted?" Elijah asked. "Yes, we refuse to reveal these locations, even under torture. The knowledge would be dangerous in the wrong hands." As they talked, Sophia sat nearby with a younger Luminae. She had named it Echo because its lights often mimicked her movements. They were playing a game where Echo created light patterns, and Sophia tried to copy them with her hands. Suddenly, 3 of the Luminae collapsed, their crystal bodies turning dull. "What's happening?" Elijah asked, rushing to them. Prisma's lights flashed urgently. "They are dying. Without the special energy from our homeworld, we slowly fade. These 3 were already weak from the crash. How can we help them?" Sophia asked, her eyes filled with tears. "There is a frequency, a vibration that might help, but we cannot create it ourselves." Sophia pulled out her small music player. "Like music? Different frequencies." She scrolled through her songs, playing them near the fading Luminae. Nothing happened until she reached a classical piece, Bach Cello Suite No. 1. As the deep, resonant notes played, the dying luminae began to glow again. "It's working," Elijah said in amazement. That night, as cellos played throughout the facility, Elijah realized something incredible. Human music could heal the luminae. Somehow, across the vast distances of space, two very different species had a connection no one could have predicted. But outside Earth's atmosphere, more Concordat ships were arriving. The standoff was just beginning. 1 month after Earth granted sanctuary to the luminae, the situation grew worse. 30 Concordat warships now surrounded Earth, blocking all space travel in or out of the solar system. "They've cut off our colonies on Mars and Europa," Maya reported in the emergency meeting. She had been promoted to admiral and now led Earth's defense fleet. "Food shipments can't get through. People will start going hungry within weeks." Helena Vos nodded grimly. "The Concordat thinks they can starve us into giving up the luminae." "Maybe we should," said Director Williams. "Is protecting these aliens worth human lives?" Before anyone could argue, Maya's communication device beeped. "Admiral Chen, the Antarctica facility is under attack." Maya and Helena rushed to the command center. On the screens, they saw 3 small Concordat ships flying low over the ice toward the Luminae sanctuary. "They're trying to take the Luminae by force," Maya said, typing commands to scramble Earth's defense fighters. "But they won't get there in time." Inside the Antarctica facility, alarms blared. Elijah and Sophia were in the main hall with most of the Luminae when the first explosion shook the building. "They're breaking in," someone shouted. Prisma's lights flashed urgently. "We must hide." But there was no time. The wall exploded inward, and through the smoke came 6 Concordat soldiers in heavy armor. They carried strange weapons that glowed with purple energy. "Stay behind me," Elijah told Sophia, pushing her back. "Stand aside, human," the lead soldier ordered. "We're here for the technology units." "They're not technology," Elijah said. "They're living beings under Earth's protection." The soldier raised his weapon. Final warning. Suddenly, Sophia darted forward. "No, you can't take them." As a soldier grabbed her, Echo, the young luminae she had befriended, rushed toward them. The soldier aimed his weapon at Echo. "No," Sophia screamed, reaching out. What happened next would change everything. As Sophia's hand touched Echo, a bright flash filled the room. For a brief moment, Sophia and Echo seemed to merge into a single being of light and flesh. A wave of energy burst outward, throwing the soldiers against the walls. Their weapons stopped working. The attack was over in seconds. Sophia and Echo separated, both looking stunned. What just happened?" Sophia asked, her voice shaking. Before anyone could answer, Maya arrived with security forces, securing the knocked-out Concordat soldiers. "Are you all right?" she asked, seeing Sophia's shocked face. "They merge," Elijah said in amazement. Somehow, Sophia and Echo briefly shared one consciousness. Later, as they reviewed security footage of the event, scientists were astonished. The merge had created an energy shield that protected both humans and luminae. "This is unprecedented," said one scientist. "No species has ever been able to merge with the luminae before." The footage leaked online, spreading across Earth and its colonies. People who had resented the luminae now saw something different, not just refugees to protect, but potential allies with amazing abilities. In her office, Helena watched the video for the 20th time. Then she made a call to Maya. "The Concordat is afraid," Helena said, "not just of the ancient knowledge the luminae protect, but of what humans and luminae might become together." She smiled for the first time in weeks. "And that gives us leverage." 2 weeks after Sophia and Echo's merger, Earth was struggling under the blockade. Food was being rationed. People were getting angry. But the video of the human-luminae merger had changed many minds. Now, most humans wanted to protect the luminae even more. Helena Vos used the video in her talks with other civilizations. Humans and Lumine have a special connection, she told them. We are not just protectors and refugees. We are natural allies. Some Concordat members seemed interested. They sent private messages saying they didn't agree with the blockade. At the Antarctica facility, Elijah and other scientists worked with the Lumine to understand the merger. How did it happen? Elijah asked Prisma. We don't know, Prisma's lights answered. No species has ever merged with us before. There must be something special about human minds. Sophia and Echo practiced merging again. Each time, they could hold the connection longer. While merged, Sophia could understand all Lumine perfectly, and Echo could speak through her. It's like we become one person with two bodies, Sophia tried to explain. One night, as most people slept, sensors around the facility picked up strange readings. The guards checked but found nothing. They didn't notice the 6 shadowy figures slipping past their patrols. These weren't regular Concordat soldiers. They were the Void Walkers, elite assassins sent to kill all the Lumine. The Void Walkers used technology that made them nearly invisible. They entered the facility without setting off alarms and moved toward the Lumine living quarters. Sophia couldn't sleep that night. She went to the kitchen for a snack, Echo floating beside her. As they returned to their room, Sophia noticed something strange. A slight shimmer in the air, like heat rising from hot pavement. Echo, she whispered, do you see that? Echo's lights flickered nervously. The shimmer moved, becoming more solid. A Void Walker appeared, holding a weapon designed to shatter crystal beings. Run, Sophia shouted, grabbing Echo and racing down the hallway. The assassin followed. 2 more appeared ahead, blocking their escape. Sophia and Echo were trapped in a small storage room. The door burst open, and 3 Void Walkers entered, weapons raised. The human is not our target, one said in a cold voice. Step aside. No, Sophia said, standing in front of Echo. I won't let you hurt them. As the lead assassin moved forward, Sophia reached back and touched Echo. They didn't plan it, but fear triggered the merger. In a flash of light, they joined. This time was different. The merged Sophia Echo glowed with intense light. They raised their hands, and a wave of energy knocked the assassins back. Alarms finally blared throughout the facility. The merged being spoke with 2 voices combined. You will not harm anyone here. The Void Walkers fired their weapons, but an energy shield absorbed the shots. The merged beam gathered the energy and sent it back, disabling the assassin's equipment. Guards rushed in, capturing the now visible Void Walkers. In other parts of the facility, more assassins were found and arrested. As the crisis ended, Sophia and Echo separated, exhausted but safe. Maya arrived and surveyed the scene. You saved everyone, she told Sophia. Without you and Echo, the Lumine would be gone. The news spread quickly. The Void Walkers, the Concordat's most feared assassins, defeated by a human girl and a young Lumine. Something was changing in the galaxy. The old powers were afraid, and with good reason. Change was coming. The failed assassination attempt changed everything. Videos of Sophia and Echo's merged form defeating the Void Walkers spread across the galaxy. Many civilizations that had supported the Concordat began to question their leaders. 2 months into the blockade, Earth was in trouble. Food was running low. The colonies on Mars had only a week of supplies left. Maya sat in the war room with Helena and other leaders, studying star maps. We can't break the blockade with our ships, Maya said. The Concordat fleet is too strong. A young officer rushed in. Ambassador Voss, 3 ships just appeared at the edge of our system. They're sending a message for you only. Helena hurried to the communication room. On the screen appeared 3 alien faces, a Vespari with large insect eyes, a blue-skinned mer with gills, and a rocky-textured geodai. We represent 3 civilizations that wish to speak privately with Earth, said the Vespari. Can you secure this channel? After Helena made sure the line was safe, the mer spoke. We have seen what humans and Luminae can do together. The Concordat has lied to us for centuries about the Luminae. We want to help you, added the Geodai in a rumbling voice. Our three civilizations will break the blockade if you share what you learned from working with the Luminae. Why would you risk the Concordat's anger? Helena asked. Because we have suffered under their control too long, the Vesperi answered. They keep advanced technology for themselves while claiming to share fairly. Helena brought this news to Earth's leaders. After much debate, they agreed to the alliance. The next day, ships from the three new allies attacked the blockade from behind, creating a gap for supply ships to reach Earth and its colonies. Meanwhile, at the Antarctica facility, Elijah made an amazing discovery. He rushed to find Prisma, his eyes wide with excitement. I've been studying the brain patterns of humans who've worked closely with the Luminae, he said. There's something unique about us. Human neural patterns match Luminae energy signatures almost perfectly. What does that mean? Prisma's lights asked. It means humans are the only species in the galaxy whose minds can truly connect with yours. That's why Sophia and Echo can merge. Elijah paused. It's almost as if our species were designed to work together. That evening, Prisma gathered the Luminae and human scientists. There is something important we must share, Prisma's light said. About the Nexus. The room darkened, and the Luminae projected a three-dimensional map of the galaxy. A bright point glowed near the center. The Nexus is the most powerful of the architect's creations, Prisma explained. It can connect all corners of the galaxy instantly. For centuries, we have kept its location secret. Why tell us now? Maya asked. She had come to check on the new alliance. Because the Concordat knows we have shared our secrets with humans. They will stop at nothing now to destroy us both. Prisma's lights dimmed. But together, we might reach the Nexus first. If humans and Luminae activated together, we could change the balance of power forever. How? Helena asked. The architects left the Nexus for whoever proved worthy, Prisma answered. We believe that might be humans, the only species that saw us as people, not tools. As the Coalition fleet fought the Concordat blockade, Earth faced a decision. Continue a war they might not win, or risk everything on a journey to find the legendary Nexus. With the help of their new allies, Earth managed to get supplies through the blockade. But the Concordat sent more ships every day. The fighting in space grew worse. Maya, Helena, and Earth's leaders met with Prisma and the Elder Luminae to discuss the Nexus. Tell us everything, Maya said. If we're going to risk a mission to find this Nexus, we need to know what we're dealing with. Prisma's lights flickered, and the other Luminae joined in, creating a complex pattern that filled the room with shifting colors. It was the most detailed communication they had ever shared. The truth is more complicated than we first explained, Prisma began. The Luminae were not just slaves. We were created by the architects. A gasp went through the room. The architects built us as living keys, Prisma continued. They created a network of technologies across the galaxy, with the Nexus at its center. We were designed to activate and control these technologies. So you're artificial beings? Elijah asked, surprised. We began that way, long ago. But we evolved, developed our own consciousness, our own culture. When the architects disappeared, we sealed the network to prevent its misuse. The Luminae projected images of their history, how they gained independence, how they were discovered by other species and enslaved, how they were tortured for the secrets of the Nexus. For thousands of years, we have been hunted, Prisma said. We kept the knowledge safe, waiting for the right species to share it with. And you think that's us? Humans? Helena asked. There is a prophecy among our people, Prisma replied, that the architects would send inheritors, beings who would see us as equals, not tools. The fact that humans can merge with us, it was never possible before. It suggests the architects designed both our species to work together. Sophia, who sat with Echo, spoke up. So when Echo and I merge, we're doing what the architects planned. Yes, Prisma said. And at the Nexus, a full merger of human and Lumine consciousness would be needed to activate it. What exactly would the Nexus do? Maya asked. It would create a network allowing instant travel and communication across the galaxy, Prisma explained. But it cannot be controlled by force or greed. It responds only to minds working in harmony. That's why the Concordat could never use it, even if they found it, Elijah realized. They see the Lumine as tools, not partners. Before anyone could respond, alarms blared. A massive Concordat fleet had jumped into Earth's system, the largest attack yet. They must have learned about our plan to find the Nexus, Maya said. They're making their final move to stop us. Helena turned to Earth's leaders. We have to decide now. Fight a war we might not win, or send a team to find the Nexus. After a short debate, they made their choice. Maya would leave a small ship with Elijah, Sophia, and a group of Lumine to find the Nexus, while Earth and its allies fought to buy them time. As they prepared to leave, Prisma shared one last revelation. The architects weren't perfect beings. They saw their own flaws, their tendency toward control and power. They wanted their technology inherited by species that balanced advancement with compassion. That's why they left it for future civilizations to find, when they were ready. The mission to find the Nexus would begin at dawn. As dawn broke over Earth, a small ship called the Discovery prepared to leave. Unlike other human vessels, this one had been modified with Lumine technology. Its hull glowed with faint blue light. Maya stood on the bridge, checking systems. Elijah, Sophia, and 6 Lumine, including Prisma and Echo, were with her. Their mission was humanity's best hope. Find the Nexus before the Concordat destroyed Earth. Stealth systems are working, Maya said. The Lumine energy shields should hide us from Concordat sensors. As the Discovery lifted off, they could see battles in orbit. Earth ships and their allies fought bravely against the larger Concordat fleet. Helena Vos had stayed behind to lead Earth's defense. They're buying us time, Maya said quietly. Let's not waste it. The Discovery slipped past the fighting and activated its jump drive. The stars blurred, and they were gone, heading toward the galactic core where the Nexus was hidden. The journey would take 2 weeks. During that time, humans and Lumine worked together more closely than ever. Sophia and Echo practiced merging daily, staying connected longer each time. Other humans tried merging with Lumine too. Elijah successfully merged with Prisma, and even Maya managed a brief connection with an elder Lumine. It's incredible, Elijah said after his first merge. I could feel Prisma's memories, thousands of years of history, and Prisma could understand human emotions in a way no alien ever has. One day, as they neared Concordat space, alarms sounded. 3 patrol ships had spotted them. Stealth systems failing, Maya reported. They're charging weapons. Let me try something, Sophia said. She and Echo merged, their combined form glowing brightly. They placed their hands on the ship's control panel. Energy flowed from them into the ship's systems. The Discovery vanished from the Concordat sensors completely. They passed by the patrol ships undetected. How did you do that? Maya asked when Sophia and Echo separated. We redirected all energy signatures around the ship, Sophia explained, like light bending around an object. The human Lumine connection is growing stronger, Prisma observed. We are becoming something new together. After 12 days of careful travel through enemy territory, they reached the coordinates of the Nexus, but there was nothing there, just an ordinary red dwarf star with no planets. Are we in the wrong place? Maya asked, disappointed. No, Prisma said. The Nexus is hidden. Only Lumine can sense it. The crystal beings began to glow, their light pulsing in rhythm. Suddenly, the space around the star seemed to ripple. A structure appeared, massive rings of strange metal surrounding the star, previously invisible. The Nexus, Prisma said with reverence. Before they could approach, space reveled again. 5 Concordat warships appeared, weapons ready. They followed us, Maya said grimly. They must have guessed where we were going. A message came through. Surrender the Lumine technology and the Nexus coordinates, or be destroyed. Sophia looked at Echo, then at the others. We didn't come this far to give up now. As the Concordat ships moved to surround them, Maya made a bold decision. Take us straight into the Nexus. It's our only chance. The Discovery raced toward the massive rings. Concordat weapons fire just missing them. Whatever happened next would change the galaxy forever. The Discovery flew straight toward the massive rings of the Nexus. Behind them, Concordat ships fired their weapons. The small ship shook with each near miss. We won't make it, Elijah shouted as warning lights flashed across the bridge. Yes, we will, Maya said, pushing the engines to their limits. As they approached the first ring, something strange happened. The metal structure began to glow with the same light as the Lumine. A portal opened in the center. The Nexus recognizes us, Prisma said, lights flashing with excitement. They flew through the portal into a space unlike anything they had seen before. Inside the rings was not empty space, but a swirling network of energy pathways connecting to points all across the galaxy. It's beautiful, Sophia whispered. The Concordat ships followed them in, weapons still firing. The Nexus is not fully active, Prisma explained quickly. We must merge, all humans, and Lumine together, to awaken it completely. Without hesitation, Sophia reached for Echo, Elijah for Prisma, and Maya for the Elder Lumine. The other humans and Lumine joined hands. In a flash of brilliant light, their minds connected. The merged consciousness was overwhelming. Every human experienced thousands of years of Lumine memory. Every Lumine felt the full range of human emotion. But there was more. Through the merged minds, they all saw the true history of the galaxy, how civilizations rose and fell, how the architects created the Nexus to connect all beings, and how they sealed it when they saw it being used for conquest instead of cooperation. The Nexus was never meant to be a weapon, the merged voices said together. It was meant to bring understanding. As the last of the humans and Lumine joined the merge, the Nexus fully activated. The energy pathways grew brighter, extending outward through the rings. The Concordat ships stopped firing, unable to move against the energy flowing around them. Suddenly, every being in the galaxy connected to the Nexus network felt something extraordinary, a moment of shared consciousness. Concordat leaders experienced the suffering of those they had oppressed. The hunted felt the fears of the hunters. For a brief moment, every intelligent being understood each other perfectly. When it ended, the galaxy was forever changed. The Concordat fleet retreated from Earth. Their leaders, shaken by what they had experienced, called for peace talks. The Lumine were recognized as a free and independent species. 1 month later, Maya stood with Helena on a balcony overlooking the new Galactic Council headquarters in Geneva. Ships from dozens of civilizations filled the sky, arriving for the first meeting where all species, including the Lumine, would have an equal voice. I never thought I'd see this day, Helena said, all because Earth took a stand when no one else would. Nearby, Sophia and Echo sat together, sometimes speaking, sometimes merging briefly to share thoughts directly. What do you think the architects would say if they could see us now? Maya asked Prisma, who stood beside her. Prisma's lights formed a pattern that might have been a smile. I think they would say humanity passed their test. You saw us as people when everyone else saw tools. In doing so, you proved yourselves worthy inheritors. As the sun set, the first stars appeared in the sky, no longer distant and unreachable, but connected through the Nexus network that humans and Lumine now guided together. Every civilization had rejected the Lumine, but humans took a stand to protect them, and in doing so, transformed the galaxy into something better than it had ever been before.